we're gonna do the long-awaited Ask Emma questions for May 2018. I'm going to do 10 today and I'm going to do 10 tomorrow. So you should be able to see the video tomorrow for part 2. So let me just get my questions in. Let's see. Okay, question number 1 is from Geralda or Geralda from South Africa. Okay, your question is, hello Emanuelle, I am in my late 70s now. I'm still struggling with my sense of trust, trusting that all is well and okay and all is exactly as it should be. I know the situations are as they should be so that each and every one can learn out of it. And I wonder sometimes whether I misinterpret the sense of trust. Could you please point a direction for me so that I am not going astray always again? I am a person who feels and helps others when I can. Somehow I have got a feeling to be responsible for my next and for all there are. And friends are shouting at me, why am I doing this? I should just look after myself. Unfortunately, I come from a family where we always look out for each other. Thank you so much in advance for helping and advising so that I can be at peace with my inner trust. Greetings to you with all my heart, Geralda. Okay. Okay, so it looks like my angel Raphael will be answering this one. He's saying you're not so much struggling with trust, but you're struggling with surrendering. There's a difference, he says. Trust is built on experience and reasoning, whereas the ability to surrender is allowing the universal energy and the consciousness to work through you so that you become more in tune with all that you are, with your divine core being, and you become more grounded in your human journey, in your human experience. He says, now surrendering doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean just waiting for something to happen. But it's more a matter of releasing the ego. He says, you see, the ego, that sense of I, creates separation and disconnection within ourselves and within our relationships. Real surrendering makes you bigger than you originally are. It means that you relax and you stop trying to control everything that goes on in your life, and you stop trying to control and change other people's lives. Instead, you accept things the way that they are, simply letting things be and allowing the universe to work for you. He says that doesn't mean we can't help each other. That doesn't mean we cannot share compassion and love for one another, because that's why we are here. We're here to have a loving, compassionate relationship with one another. But surrendering means that you no longer feel drained and exhausted after trying to fix people that don't want to be fixed usually. Now, surrendering doesn't mean you have no more individual responsibility and become prone to doing nothing about your conditions. You're still the creator of your reality. So understanding your limitations, understanding your strength, working on removing those restrictions and placing full trust in yourself, in your creative ability, and in source, in the universe, will free up space and energy within your spiritual body, within your energetic body. It will allow you to realize the potential of just being you. And it will direct you to the place you really need to go to. So by trusting in source, by trusting in the universe, and by surrendering your ego, It will allow more divine light to fill the freed up space, and you won't be so concerned about self-preservation. Surrendering also requires living in the present moment, the eternal now that we are constantly living in, where the divine can truly be felt. He says, so the end result will be that you'll be willing to take more risks. You'll be willing to help others without concerns of receiving immediate rewards. You will release the anxieties for the future and the fears based on experiences from the past. And you will really live a life the way it was meant to be lived. Peaceful, loving, acceptant, and compassionate. So focus and practice on surrendering. And that will solve the issue of anxiety and not being restful in your heart, he says. He's showing me the heart lighting up. So it'll bring peace, balance, and tranquility within your day-to-day life. Okay, so I hope that helps. Okay. My next question is Carolina from Germany. Your question is, hello, Emma. Hello, Eric. Thank you, first of all, for the opportunity to ask something. I love these question-answer sessions and feel if you listen carefully, there's always something in it for everyone. I obviously have many questions, but the most important one right now is the following. I think my purpose in life is to be a healer, so I hope I am on the right track, but many times I am in doubt about it, and as I have no medical background, I would like to ask for some guidance concerning this. How can I improve my clairvoyancy, the communication with all beings, including my guides, who I have no clue who they are and how many there are for me? I really would appreciate some support from them, and it seems that I need to sometimes give them a fierce shout in order to be heard and get what I was promised before I came to Earth. I feel very tired of doing so. I can understand. If you would have to shout, that would be very draining. Love and light to all, Carolina. All right. Let me see what Eric is saying. He's laughing. He's going, hi, Carolina. You're doing just fine. Stop being so critical upon yourself and upon the universe. He's saying, first of all, he's getting a little bit on his high horse. He's going, first of all, nothing was promised to you before you came to Earth, but instead you chose to experience a lifetime of discovering the spiritual connection. And it is exactly that journey to the end achievement that is the most important purpose of your lifetime. As humans, we always want the prize right away. But it's the path, it's the journey, it's the road to that prize that really matters, that holds the most value, that is the reason why you have incarnated. Now, he says, number one, my first advice to you is learn to listen to yourself and learn to listen to your own thoughts and your own feelings. He says, let me repeat what you said. You said, I'm supposed to be a healer. I doubt myself and my abilities. And you said you feel like you need to shout to your team in order to get a response, in order to get something back. Now, just by formulating your question, you have already given yourselves the answers to what is postponing the growth of your connection and of your abilities. So there it is. Listen to yourself. So here's my advice. Ready? He says, here it goes. Don't think you're a healer. Know you are a healer. Release the self-doubt and have faith that your team is with you every minute of every day. You do not need to shout at them. You do not need to get angry at them. You do not need to get frustrated with them, because all of that lower vibrational energy blocks exactly what you want to achieve, what you want to experience as a communication. They will provide you, and they are providing you with the right guidance in order for you to achieve those preferred goals, but know that they cannot do the work for you. That is your responsibility. They are just here to guide you in the right direction. So start taking responsibility for your own creation. Now, also understand that your team talks through you, not to you or at you. When we seek communication from spirit, from the higher self, from source, God, from any other entity outside of ourselves, then we create a distance. We're creating distance. We're creating, he says, separation. Divine communication always comes from within. We are all connected. We are all one. And that means that we are all that is. So all the knowledge and consciousness that ever was, is, and will be is already present and connected within you. You are the universe. Therefore, all that information is already stored in your spiritual being, in your soul. So look inside, he says, for your connection. Don't look outside of yourself. Don't think your higher self is somewhere out there separated from you. Don't think I am outside of you. I'm not. We're all one energy source. We're all connected. So I am you, he says, and you are me. Okay? So look inside for the connection. Know and understand and own the knowledge and wisdom that you have all of the information inside of you already. All you need to do is learn to trust yourself when you tap into it. So don't give up. Keep practicing. Keep confirming to the universe that you are connected, because every time you say, it's not working, I'm not hearing you, we're not connecting, well, guess what? You're just creating that into your reality. So just say, I am connected. I hear you. Even if you don't, I feel you. I feel your presence. Thank you for your communication. Confirm to the universe that the communication and the connection is established and has never left. Okay? So he's saying, don't give up. Keep doing what you're doing. You got this. All right. He's sending you his love. So I hope that helps a little bit, Carolina. Okay, my next question is from Kim, also from Germany. Hello, Germany. Your question is, Dear Emma, before I entered this physical time and space, did my soul make an agreement? And do I have a specific purpose or theme for this life? Thank you and your team very much, with lots of love and light, Kim. Oh, we love you too, Kim. Baby steps is what I keep hearing, Kim. Baby steps with lots of love. Okay. All right. Okay, so your team is saying that you're here to experience peace within and self-accomplishments by releasing and replacing past life energies and fears with the re-establishment of joy and harmony on the reconnection to the true self. So it's all about finding and discovering the spiritual you and connecting to that spiritual being that you are in order for you to find a a balanced lifetime. So it's about healing past life energies, and it's about finding peace in this one and achievements. Okay, they're saying you're here to become the manifester, the creator of your own journey, and to step away from the victim phase. So focus on discovering yourself through the contrast that the relationships are offering you, and try to find a harmonious balance between the spiritual you and the human you, so you can finally release all those insecurities and fears, and you can start attracting abundance, joy, love, and peace by becoming the best you that you can be, by loving yourself unconditionally and having faith in your own divine creative ability. So they're making me feel that you had some past lives where you had no control or say over your life, over your journey, and you were in a way at the mercy of other people's choices and decisions. So this lifetime is about overcoming those fears, those the fact that you don't trust people a lot. They're making me feel like in those other lifetimes you started to dislike people, you started to not trust them, you became very introvert, holding all your emotions inside, not speaking about your thoughts. So you became imprisoned in your own body and your own journey. And this lifetime is about healing from that, and in really finding the freedom to become the manifester of your life, to find a way to create and design your life just the way that you want to experience it. But in order to do that, you need to let go of those restrictive feelings, those negative feelings that kind of haunt you and that have been with you for a while now. Okay? So I hope that helps, Kim. Okay. Here's another one from Germany. Go Germany. Okay, question 4 is from Ina from Germany. Ina, your question is, Dear Emma, can you please ask my spiritual guide or whom is there for me if they see that my life will change in a positive way this year, especially moving to a new place, money, and gaining wealth? Thank you so much, and lots of love, Ina. Okay. It looks like this is an angel of yours who's stepping forward. He's saying you are protected and loved, sweetheart. I know you feel alone a lot of times, but know that you are never alone and never abandoned. So release those feelings of abandonment, okay? He's saying this year is the year of sowing new seeds of change. And by the beginning of next year, you should be able to start harvesting these beautiful new manifestations. However, there is a catch. You are a person, he says, who has a hard time letting go of the need to condition and put restrictions on your own thoughts, on your hopes and your dreams. And you also have a hard time letting go of past energies. He says the reason you have such a hard time letting that go is because you're afraid of making the same mistakes or falling into the same traps. So my advice to you is embrace your past with total love and acceptance. There are no mistakes in this lifetime or in any lifetime for that matter. Only changes to grow, or only chances to grow if you choose to seize them, he says. Also, embrace yourself with more love and light, and release the self-blame and the blame that you feel towards others. because he says even the most uncomfortable situations and relationships are here and are designed with the sole purpose of your growth, of your expansion. So life always happens for you. It doesn't happen to you. So find, own, and stand in your own power and allow yourself to create and to manifest freely without restrictions or fears, and start sowing those beautiful seeds of renewal. Okay? He says, we're sending you love and light and lots of sunshine so those seeds can grow, he says. He's laughing. So I hope that helps, Ina. Okay, my next question. Question 5 is from Sheila from the UK. Your question is, my gorgeous husband has a difficult situation with his grown-up daughter. She's very overly dependent and the situation is incredibly draining for him. He doesn't want to see it, and I've quit pushing. She's 21, only does a few hours at uni, has never worked, and Mum expects my husband periodically to hand over hundreds of pounds for insurance, etc. I have gently tried to tell him, but it's not helping, and he has said he believes she will work. Okay, Sheila. Well, I didn't really get a question there, so I will just share with you what my spiritual team wants to share with you, okay? Okay, they're saying yes, it would be beneficial for all parties to stop the dependency by reducing the financial support to the daughter. However, your husband is acting from a perspective of unconditional love that can very much be praised. Lessons for him about self-love and self-respect will flow from this, and lessons of taking responsibility and the understanding of disrespect towards others will follow for her. For you, this is a lesson of acceptance and understanding that we cannot control other people's thoughts, actions, and feelings. We can only follow our own flow and find acceptance for the current and flow of others. So I think what they're trying to say is everything is happening with purpose and intention. And if you could just find acceptance and understand that there will be a point where he's going to find within himself enough is enough, and where she's going to start realizing, you know, I can't keep doing this. That point will come. How long and how far that point is out is not something that they can declare, because it really depends on a day-to-day basis. We can change the energies around us. We can change our reality with every second of every day. So allow them to learn and grow from this, and just surrender to the fact that he's acting from a point of unconditional love. And however this turns out will turn out in a way that the universe had planned it, that both of you or all parties involved will learn and expand from it. So I think that's going to be, that's the message that they're trying to present to you, Sheila. So I hope that helps a bit. Okay, my next question is Elizabeth from Tennessee. Your question is, where is my relationship with my husband headed? Because of unexpected circumstances, my husband and I married extremely fast. We weren't even able to have a wedding, get rings, and all that. The marriage really has its fair share of challenges. My dad actually straight up told me he bet the marriage wouldn't go past 5 years. So I can't stop wondering if this was meant to happen in my life. Was I meant to have this marriage with him? And should we stick together, or did I go off track due to free will? Can I please get some guidance about this relationship? Okay. Okay, so Elizabeth, my angel Marna is taking the word on this one. So she says, first of all, there are no accidents or mistakes, only opportunities to expand as a soul. And this relationship was chosen by you and by him. First of all, for you, it was an escape, and it had the intention to push you into a search for your individuality and your inner strength. And it led you to your own evolution, your own spiritual development. Where this relationship is headed depends on you and what you choose to experience and manifest for yourself in your future. Marna says, my advice is do some soul searching and ask yourself if this relationship still resonates with you. Does it still provide you with the love and support that you long to experience in a relationship? Ask yourself what you still want to experience in life and see how, if that relationship still fits into that current situation, if it fits into your future plans. But always, she says, always know and keep that in your heart, keep that wherever you go with you, whoever you meet. Always know that all relationships are valuable and priceless, whether they are comfortable or uncomfortable, whether they last or don't last in this lifetime. We discover ourselves from the contrasts that they provide. So embrace this relationship with love and meaning and follow your heart and intuition to go into the right direction. So yes, this relationship was meant to happen because you chose it for a specific reason, for growth, expansion, search for the individual self, and spiritual growth. So now it's up to you to choose what your future will look like. Okay? Okay, my next question is number 7, Irina from Italy. Irina, your question is, Emma, you and your team are just incredible. I truly thank you for this opportunity. You're welcome, sweetie. I've made myself so isolated and detached from the people and the source for the last couple of years. It has been such a struggle to stay present and be true to who I really am, always putting myself and my desires last. I need some words of guidance from my spiritual team or Eric on how to really have a blast and live this life to the fullest with pure joy. How to feel alive and fulfilled. I see synchronicities every day in many things, but I can't connect the dots. I know you are reaching out to me, but my meditation journey seems to take me nowhere. Thanks. I am so in love with you all. Irina from Italy. We love you too, Irina. Eric is going. He's giving you a big squeeze and a big hug because he says you need it and you deserve it. He says try to embrace yourself more because you're not providing yourself with the self-love that you deserve. He's saying, okay, Irina, first of all, you need to reclaim your individuality, and self-love is the key to reach the progress you're seeking. But put the focus on your personal healing and rediscover yourself by finding things that make you feel good, that make you happy. Remember who you used to be and try to reconnect with that person, with that little girl. As you've kind of wandered off from yourself, he says. He's just showing me you sitting on a chair, head down, hands in the head, and he's showing me you basically walking away from that shadow from yourself. He says reconnection is the only way to reconnecting to the self, understanding that although you cannot control everything that goes around you, what you can control is how you see yourself, how you experience yourself, and how you allow thoughts, dreams, and hope to come into your heart and into your mind, he says. So know that nobody can restrict you in that. And you know what I'm talking about, he says. Nobody can restrict or control your mind, your thoughts, and your heart. So regain control of that. Find things that bring you joy, peace, and in that will lay the strength and the bravery to make new decisions for your future, he says. So I hope that helps. Sending you his love. Okay, my next question is Shoren, I hope I say that right. Shoren from Ontario, Canada. Shoren, your question is, I'm so delighted to have been able to finally get into the Ask Emma questions. Yeah, it's hard to get in, isn't it? Since you have started this wonderful service to humanity, since it was originally called Ask Eric, I've been trying and trying to get in, but I've never been lucky until today. I always say when you get in, it's because it was meant to be, okay? It's not because you were lucky, but it was because it was the right time. Your question is, why is it that I have so many court civil matters in my life to deal with? Is there any spiritual reason behind it? Being a self-representative in all of these matters and having a primitive knowledge of English literacy and law, am I going to be okay? Is there any spirit guide or spirit guides who are willing to help me? Am I in the right path in my life? Is this meant to be a learning process that will lead to my spiritual growth? I would truly appreciate if Eric would answer this question for me. Love you, Eric. Merci infiniment, Emma. You are our earth angel. Oh, thank you. How did you like that French, huh? I used to speak pretty good French, but when you don't use it, you lose it. It's truth. Okay. Okay, sure. Well, first of all, that's a lot of questions. So I will let Eric pick or share what he feels is the most important thing for you to hear at this moment. Okay, so Eric is saying the reason why you are attracting these court issues is because you, on a subconscious level, expect more to come. Now, you really don't want this to happen, but deep in your heart, you are already fearing the next one to show up. So release the fear behind it and reinvest in learning how to trust people again. He says you have become very fearful and negative towards others as they always seem to let you down or attack you in some way or form. And when we expect things to go wrong within any relationship or contact, well, then you will create that into your reality, which is what's been happening here. So release the fear, the anxiety you feel around people, and own the belief that you create your own reality. So start creating one without the existence of court dates. Scratch that word out of your dictionary. Never happened. And that word just doesn't exist, he says. He's showing me a big word with a big red marker, a big red X through it. It no longer exists in your vocabulary. Now, after you get through the ones that are going on, or what? Oh, okay. Scratch that last bit. He's saying, with the ones that are happening at this moment, I do recommend, he says, that you do get some representation if possible. This will help you in these cases. Okay, but the most important thing is knowing that you're okay, knowing that this will all end in your benefit, and knowing that that was it, we're done, you know, no more. So create your own reality from now on. Okay, I hope that helps a bit, Joran. He's saying, oh, is it part of your journey? It is part of your journey to experience overcoming negative vibrations, overcoming repetition. It's almost like you need to learn that you yourself can stop cycles. He's showing me cycles, circles, because that's what's happening. It's always recurring because you're not learning to rise above it. You're not learning to let go of that anger, fear, judgment, annoyance, anxiety. You need to overcome it to break that circle, to break that repetition, okay? Okay, so I hope that helps, sweetheart. Just know that you're loved and that you're protected. Okay, so my 9th question is Mitsuku. I hope I say that right. Mitsuku or Mitsuko from Nevada. And your question is, hi, Emma. I'd like to know what kind of soul connection do Josh and I have between us? For example, are we twin flames, the same soul family, karmic connection, etc.? I've been wanting to know for a long time. Thank you so much in advance. Much love, Mitsuko. Okay. Okay. Eric says you're a part of the same soul family. Now, you have soul groups, soul families, soul mates, but you are part of a soul family. A soul family is created by the attraction of similar frequencies and lessons wanting to be learned. Basically, similar interests and vibrations, just kind of like friends do over here. And so the people or the spirits in this soul group, in this soul family, they make decisions together regarding lessons and roles that can be taught to each other in different lifetimes. And those can be comfortable or uncomfortable lessons, meaning they're not just here to love and support us, but they're also here to push us and challenge us in negative ways so we can learn from those experiences as well. Now, he's saying soul families can work together for many, many, many lifetimes. But every now and then it does happen that specific members of a soul family outgrow each other's frequency. And they will eventually regroup and attract new alliances. But usually, for the most part, they stick together for a very long time. Now, your soul family is always there for you, but know that not all members of a soul family are incarnated at the same time. Now, those members who are not incarnated act as spirit guides during the physical life of the one who is incarnated. So they can visit you in your dreams, they can inspire you with thoughts, give you feelings and intuitive communication, basically all kinds of signals. So with every lifetime, you make agreements with your soul group and your soul families on what you will offer to one another. Now, these souls can be your children, your best friends, your husbands, your wives, your pets, your worst enemy, your boss, your school teacher, you name it. Soul families are not always incarnated in just families. They can be anything or anyone on your journey, in your physical journey. Also know, he says, and understand that as we all have free will, we may choose to create a path that takes you in a different direction. And this is why you have to make possible agreements with so many people. The universe works on the principle of vibration. So each person drawn into your life is there through vibration with the law of attraction. They come into your life because your vibration and their vibration are matched in some way. And so that is why we have soul groups and soul families, and a lot of different agreements are made with so many different souls, because you can go in different directions in life. He's going, okay, so back to Mitsuko. Back to you. You're here to learn and teach each other to find unconditional love and acceptance, and to also create contrast so you both can learn who you are as an individual, but also who you can be as a collective. Now, both of you inspire and push each other to find compassion in your heart for others, but most of all to find love for yourselves by releasing the need to control, or by releasing the need to please other people's egos. That is why you're together. That is why you're so close. That is why you can drive each other mad, and care for each other so much all at the same time, he says. He was letting me hear a song that said, "You drive me mad, but you are the love of my life," or something like that is what he's saying. So I think what he was saying was that, a relationship has to push you in all directions, and that's what this relationship does for you. Okay. Hope that helps, Mitsuko. Last question for today. This is from Deborah from Montana. Okay, your question is, first of all, I would like to say thank you for all that you do. You are an amazing and beautiful soul. I love you very much. I quit my job a little over a year ago after 11 years because it was becoming unbearable. I went to beauty school to become a nail technician. I got my license, but it is not lucrative for me because I take too long and I talk too much. Oh, come on, Deborah. You can never talk too much. I mean, look at me. I never shut up. There's nothing bad with talking too much, okay? And I just do not have a passion for it. Now, that is a problem. I'm feeling lost. My question is, what direction should I go to find my passion? I am 50 years old, and I know Eric says that doesn't matter, but it seems to matter for me. Love and light, Deborah. Oh, sending you love back, honey. Okay. Sorry. He's just kind of going, ah. He's giving me a weird face. He's saying, fuck yeah, it doesn't matter. We are eternally young, beautiful, and we can create and manifest anything we want at any moment in time during our human experience. He says, just look at me. I'm evolving as well and creating new energies on earth to push people to start thinking for themselves, to not follow blindly, no matter how trustworthy you think that teacher might be. He says, people have become dependent on me and on other teachers to give them all the answers. But that's not why we are here, he says. We are here to teach and guide you so you can find those answers yourself. This is the only way for humanity to grow and expand into the direction of enlightenment. You don't give a med student all the answers to every test he has to take and then expect him to be a great doctor without having studied anything or without having experienced anything at all. No, we all need to experience, we need to fall and rise up again, and we need to find the courage and the bravery inside of our hearts to follow what our own instincts are telling us, what our own inner communication with our higher selves are communicating to us. he says, hence, certain changes that have been occurring that most of you who are in tune have noticed. He says, but enough about me. He's going, enough about me. Let's talk about you, my sweet Deborah. He says, go back in time. What did you love and like as a child? What were you amazingly good at without even trying? What were some great qualities you have and still have? What makes you happy? What makes you feel fulfilled? Ask yourself these questions. Write them down. And see how you can incorporate all of those interests, all of those qualities, all of those natural abilities into a possible career. Once you read all of them out loud without any fear or judgment, the answers will come to you and a smile will appear upon your face, he says. So, soul searching is the message without any limitations, like how much does it make? Do I need to learn again? Do I need to go back to school? Are there a lot of jobs out there for that? None of that. I don't want any of that, he says. Solely, what do you see yourself doing? What do you feel good about doing? And where do you want to put your energy in? Where do you want to invest your energy, your time, and your attention in? That makes you happy, that makes you feel fulfilled, that makes you feel like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Do not fall into the fear of these limitations and understand that you're the creator of your future. So have fun with this. Create a new chapter with love, joy, and loads of fun, okay? Stop taking life so fucking seriously, people. This is just a temporary status, okay? This is just a way to learn and grow and fully embrace a physical experience. You're here to have fun. You're here to learn. You're here to discover. You know, just think of a baby when they first step on this earth. I mean, they're full of wonder. They're full of excitement to discover everything. You're still that baby. Okay? Only society and the world has manipulated and brainwashed you into believing that everything needs to go to somewhere. Everything needs to just lead to fun, excitement, learning, and growing. That's it. So don't take life so seriously. Go back and look at it and experience it from a childlike mind. And you will notice that everything you want is right there. It's going to happen for you because you're no longer restricting yourself in the illusions of the limitations that society tells us there are. There are no limitations. There are no illusions. So just create what you want to create. Okay? He's saying, love you guys. Talk to you later. Okay, guys. Well, I hope that helped. I hope you guys could find some answers in there. It's true. If you listen closely, there's some advice in there for everyone. If you also want to purchase a question, you can go to my website, EmanuelleMcIntosh.com, and just click on Ask Emma. All the information, how it works, how long you have to wait, and so forth. And it's all on there. So just click read. And on the 1st of every month at 7 p.m. Belgian time, I reopen the purchase button. So be quick as they sell out in about 10 minutes. Okay? I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.